Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dibs, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Today we are breaking down my top 10 cornerbacks in the 2023 NFL Draft. If you love the draft, please give this video a like and subscribe. Let's go. Coming in number 10 in my rankings is Kris Abrams-Draine out of Missouri. Here is a super intriguing wide receiver to cornerback convert with time spent both in the slot and on the outside. At around 5'11", 179 pounds, Abrams-Draine is noticeably light, but his eye-end playmaking ability counters well. Not only is he incredibly instinctive at the catch point as a former wide receiver, he also has the explosiveness, quick processing, and short area twitch to stick to wide receivers in man and hawk on passes in zone coverages. The sky is the limit for Kris Abrams-Draine, and he's only scratching the surface of his huge potential. Right now, I've got a day 2 grade on Kris Abrams-Draine. Let's watch some highlights. Garrett Williams out of Syracuse. Here is a twitchy 6', 190-pound corner prospect who thrives in coverage. This is a cornerback who dominated against some of the best receivers in the ACC. He's arguably got one of the highest defensive IQs in the class, and he always seems to be in the right spot. Garrett Williams might not have the plus size you look for like a Keely Ringo, but he's got an elite skill set, checks off a lot of boxes, and provides Pro Bowl upside at the next level. He's a solid but not great athlete, but he plays a clean game, having not been penalized since 2020. He needs to improve at the catch point, which is where he's given up most of his downfield yardage throughout his career. He would also benefit from adding some strength to his frame at the NFL level. It remains to be seen whether or not Garrett Williams will declare after tearing his ACL just 7 games into the 2022 season. The injury is a definite blow for Williams, but it doesn't change what's on the tape already, and the tape speaks heavily in Garrett Williams' favor. Right now, I've got a day 2 grade on Garrett Williams. Let's watch some highlights.
The answer is yes. Looking for the tight end. It's intercepted. Picked off by Garrett Williams. He does it again.
Went there that late. Williams is just waiting. Sees him come out, releases his man to the safety.
5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Cunningham with space to his left. Loads it up. Fires. Man open. Picked off. Garrett Williams. Armstrong looking at Thompson. Batted down. Garrett Williams.
He is so good.
It has been a roller coaster year for Eli Ricks. The former 5-star recruit transferred to Alabama after a down 2021 season at LSU. Then, he failed to win a starting job with the Crimson Tide and barely played on defense throughout the first half of the 2022 campaign. This is a guy who is outstanding at crowding the line of scrimmage and altering a receiver's route. He's 6'2", 190 pounds with plus length. He's great in man coverage, with very good ball skills and elite instincts. Eli Ricks still has lapses with his reaction quickness, and he doesn't quite have the elite speed to recover at times, but he still remains an incredibly physical and prolific playmaker at the catch point. On the negative side, he lacks high-end explosiveness that scouts want to see out of a CB1. Eli Ricks might be best suited as a zone corner where he can see everything and keep everything in front of him. Right now, I've got a day 2 grade on Eli Ricks. Let's watch some highlights.
Says trust your technique. Back shoulder, they've been throwing it all night. This time, Ricks, that is perfection. Perfection from Eli Ricks.
Rodgers, and a bobbling incomplete. He just has had no success when he's looked from 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage tonight. They have not been able to push the ball at all.
That's why you always see receiver coaches and offensive coaches saying, fight, finish the play. Robinson, you've got to catch. Finish the play. Now give Eli Ricks a lot of credit. He's had a heck of a night, by the way.
Psychology graduate. Here's an interception by Eli Ricks, injured earlier, but back out there now. And he's going to go all the way for an LSU touchdown.
Second down, Thompson Robinson looks to throw. He gets intercepted by Eli Ricks.
Coming in number 7 in my rankings is Emmanuel Forbes out of Mississippi State. There are a lot of high-quality playmakers in the cornerback class, but none have been more productive at the catch point over the past 3 seasons than Mississippi State star Emmanuel Forbes. This is a big-time playmaker. Across his 3-year stretch with the Bulldogs, Forbes has compiled 13 career interceptions and 16 career pass deflections. Forbes has given up 50-plus yards receiving just once in 2022. To add, he has 6 interceptions and plenty of pass breakups. Forbes has been one of the better cover corners in the nation this season. His instincts and ball skills are among the best in the class. In single coverage this year, he has been targeted 17 times with only 1 catch allowed. His ball production is also a byproduct of the sticky, high-energy athleticism he has at 6 foot and 180 pounds. With his size, he can be fleshed out in run support at times, but it's hard to mimic that kind of coverage and turnover generating upside this guy has. Right now, I've got a day 2 grade on Emmanuel Forbes. Let's watch some highlights.
Levis to throw, and he's picked up! Going the other way is Forbes! And indeed, a pivotal play as Mississippi State steals one.
It's remarkable how many young players are on this field.
Johnson, get another pick by Forbes, and then he takes it to the house, hits his 4th career pick 6.
And Baron May is back in a quarterback as well. He takes it from the gun, and the pass is low. It's tipped, and it's intercepted. It went off of Cam Lewis. It's picked off by Forbes. He's got his 6th interception of the season, and he's going to take it to the house.
Coming in number 6 in my rankings is Clark Phillips out of Utah. While he might be undersized, this is an uber competitive cornerback prospect on the outside. His 59 solo tackles last year was the 12th most among all cornerbacks and 7th most among outside cornerbacks. His level of play has improved in 2022. He's tied for 2nd in the nation with 5 interceptions and recorded 3 against Oregon State. In fact, his 4 career pick 6s are tied for the most in program history. In single coverage, he is graded better than any other Power 5 cornerback, according to Pro Football Focus. While he might end up being a slot corner at the next level, he still has the skill and mentality to thrive on the outside. Phillips has played 177 snaps in the slot so far this season, and he's very versatile. He's also one of the more pro-ready corners in the class. He stays connected in man coverage and has smooth hips. Where Phillips falls short against his competition is his size. At 5'10", 191 pounds, with middling length, he rarely matches up against larger wide receivers. So there are definitely questions about his versatility beyond the slot. Right now, I've got a day 2 grade on Clark Phillips. Let's watch some highlights.
Action for Brown, and it's Phillips! Streaking in for a sack for a loss of 8.
Travis Dye, time and again, pick this blitz up. The Clark Phillips, at 5'10", sneaks in. Sneaky, stealth, times it perfectly.
Deshaun Fenwick alongside. Extra coming. Beavers pick it up, and that
That's a pick six. Clark Phillips twice and a quarter.
That's to work with here in the second quarter. Smith and Jacobs wide open, pitch and catch. Loses the ball, rolling in the end zone, and Utah recovers.
And that ball is, wow, almost picked, but winds up. Oh, they're going to rule that interception. It is the third for Phillips.
Rub play, crossing route. Phillips flips his hips on the route, inside out, looking like a wide out.
Tremendous throw.
50 yards. Now Nix is going to throw left side. It's picked off. Clark Phillips, what a play.
Coming in number 5 in my rankings is Devin Witherspoon out of Illinois. Several cornerback prospects have effectively used the 2022 campaign to ascend up the ranks in the 2023 NFL Draft, but few have done more to raise their stock than Illinois' Devin Witherspoon. This is a big-time riser that's one of the best cover corners in the class. At 6 foot, 180 pounds, he's not just sticky in coverage, he's also a ball hawk with 13 passes defended. In man coverage this year, Witherspoon has only allowed 7 catches and 0 touchdowns per PFF. Quarterbacks have posted a 27.3 passer rating when targeting receivers covered by Witherspoon. He's actually solid in the run game despite his slight frame and size. Can he add weight and hold up against top-notch receivers at the NFL level? There are questions. However, there is zero question about his tackling ability, which you'll see in these highlights. Right now, I've got a day 2 grade on Devin Witherspoon. Here are some clips.
Sean, I just get the sense as we look at C.J. Stokes on the first play of this possession.
And then he got blasted by Devin Witherspoon.
He's a physical kid now. I mean, he's not just a cover corner. He will come up and hit you. He takes a lot of pride in his physical approach to the game. He's a form tackle. I mean, round up, head nose up, and drive it through.
Line up in one-on-one coverage. You're going to see him right there in the slot. Gets his eyes around, which is really important. He's able to locate the ball, but the most important part is right here. What he does after he gets the interception. A nice return.
Coming in number 4 in my rankings is Cam Smith out of South Carolina. Cam Smith takes after former first-round pick J.C. Horn with his physical nature and aggressive mindset. In 2021, he posted 3 interceptions and 11 pass deflections as a redshirt sophomore. While Cam doesn't have the elite physical skill set that J.C. Horn has, Cam Smith gets it done with high football IQ and craftiness. He has good length at 6'1" and 187 pounds. He's fairly explosive with good foot speed, good fluidity, and enough top-end range to carry receivers upfield. Cam Smith is elite at initiating contact and not drawing a flag. This is a guy who's improved steadily every year at South Carolina. He has fluid hips and has no problem sticking with receivers in man coverage. He reliably gets his head around in coverage and makes deflections, and he comes downhill with a ton of heat and run support. This is a guy who checks off a lot of boxes, and I could easily see him being a first-round pick after this season. Right now, I've got a rounds 1 through 2 grade on Cam Smith. Let's watch some highlights.
Bring you a little bit of spark in that run game with his own feet.
Taylor's to the sideline. And we've got a flag.
And short. 3 wide receivers over the left side. 2 safeties back for Carolina. DJ wants to throw it. He's in the pocket, bouncing. Got a post route going downfield into coverage. That's Victor!
Coming in number 3 in my rankings is Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon. Christian Gonzalez entered the 2022 campaign as the wild card in the 2023 class after transferring from Colorado to Oregon. Now, nearly all the way through the regular season, we can say that he has taken that next step as a bona fide first-round prospect in the 2023 NFL Draft. He's got great size at 6'2" and 201 pounds. He's also got some slot experience. He has picked up his ball production this season with 3 interceptions. He was a little inconsistent in 2021, but seems to have proved that in 2022. I think Christian Gonzalez has the kind of size everyone is looking for an outside corner. He's already had a career year in terms of ball production, and right now I've got a round 1 grade on Christian Gonzalez. Let's watch some highlights.
Clark Phillips of Utah is really good, but this is a bigger, longer corner who can do much. Why they are continuing to test him is beyond me. This is the guy you want to stay away from. You are asking for trouble, and Gonzalez makes them pick. Find out where 0 is and go the other way. I mean, this is a slow developing route, and look how much depth Gonzalez gets. He gets deep enough so he can see both the receivers and the quarterback. And that is great technique.
Coming in number 2 in my rankings is Joey Porter Jr. out of Penn State. This is a guy with really intriguing upside. He has all the length and athleticism you want for an outside cornerback. This is a guy who has improved every year as a playmaker, and he's one of the longest corners in his class at 6'2" and 192 pounds. This elite length allows him to blanket receivers and effortlessly obstruct passing lanes. He's a physical corner. He has the movement skills and length to jam wide receivers down the field. However, Joey Porter Jr. is not just a press corner. His coverage skills are phenomenal. He has a passer rating against of 59.1 in 2022. He does lack elite speed, and he's only got 1 career interception. However, this guy has one of the best tools in the entire class, and I've got a round 1 grade on Joey Porter Jr. Let's watch some highlights.
McManus downfield throw, and that is batted away. Joey Porter Jr. with that pass broken up. He doesn't get a lot of opponents targeting him.
And that was just great coverage. And watch how he's in stride. Looks late. You see the length there.
Pressure coming. Dropped right away from the blind side. Joey Porter Jr.
Can he make a play? Mertz looking. Mertz in the end zone. Incomplete. Joey Porter Jr.
Here, 5-man rush. Penix keeps backing up. Lost one up. And it is picked off. If he's in bounds, Joey Porter has it. And it is Penn State ball.
Coming in number 1 in my rankings is Kelee Ringo out of Georgia. Here's a guy with a ton of size and length, standing at 6'2" and 205 pounds. This is a big-time playmaker with a complete skill set. He's got superb athleticism, as evident by his 4.35 40-yard dash back in high school. When you watch this guy on tape, he routinely presses receivers to the sideline and refuses to get stacked against vertical routes. Ringo is at his best when he's targeted downfield. He's only allowed 8 of his 31 targets to be caught for 211 yards on throws 10 plus or more. Kelee Ringo can play both man and zone coverage. He plays with an aggressive mindset. He's a very good tackler, strong at blitzing the quarterback, and he can match up against fast wide receivers at the next level. Clearly, this is a guy who checks off a lot of boxes. Kelee Ringo hasn't allowed any touchdowns in 2022, but there has been some struggles when it comes to being overly aggressive at times. He's big, strong, physical, and fast, and that will probably get him drafted in the top of this draft. Quite simply, very few cornerbacks have the size, speed, freedom of motion, and physicality that Kelee Ringo plays with. Right now, I've got a top 20 grade on Kelee Ringo. Let's watch some highlights.
On a penalty.
So another long yardage. Fires and intercepted by Keely Ringo. And Ringo bringing it back the other way and still going. Keely Ringo, who won the national championship game against Alabama, has got it all the way back almost to midfield out of Georgia. Hooker going to go long to the near corner to Tillman, and it's intercepted by Keely Ringo.
What a job by Keely Ringo, because Cedric Tillman is very physical. Watch these two athletes fight all the way down the field. Pushing, shoving, staying in phase, turning around, finding the ball, and making a wonderful play.
Georgia's bringing an extra rusher. Levis got rid of it and threw a dart, but a great catch, but an even better tackle out there in the flat. Keely Ringo.
All right, those are my top 10 cornerbacks for the 2023 NFL Draft. If you agree or disagree, did I leave anybody out? Please let me know down in that comment section below and give me a follow on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay awesome.